Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you have not subscribed to the channel yet, please subscribe to the channel and like this video as you come in. Um, I just wanted to come on because I haven't gone live for a little while, but there has been a lot going on in the Carbon Nation world with Nature Boy. And I just wanted to come on here, and I know that a couple other people asked me when I was going to go live again because they wanted to come up and give their opinion on what's going on. So I hope they come in and join tonight. I'm not going to be on too long, but yeah, like I said, if you guys come into the chat, if you guys could like and just say hi, just let me know that you're here, that you're in the room. Basically, okay, we've noticed that Nature Boy has been here. I'm going to share my link also. Let's see. Okay. Hey Raina, hi V. There we go. Okay, I have my link up if anybody wants to come up. So for the last couple weeks, maybe the last couple weeks, we've noticed how Nature Freak has been trying to clean up his image, but we know it's fake. It's a fake cleanup. He's doing kind of like with the same thing that Velvet was doing when she was trying to clean up her image. And also, hey, Melly, Bella 2021, how are you? We noticed how it's crazy. Like I haven't seen Velvet. I don't know if any of you guys have seen her. I haven't seen her live. I don't know what's going on. I heard she had a boyfriend, so maybe that's why. Maybe she's not going live. But we noticed how Nature Boy has literally changed his tune. He's trying to clean up his image to make himself look better, and he's trying to make it seem like it's just a business. And we all know that he's not really changed. He's not going to change. You can't change. But I think for the money, he is trying to clean up his image or make it appear on camera that he has cleaned up his image. And I think behind the scenes, the same thing is going on. And we've seen where he bought back Nasiri, even after everything she has said about him. And I think it seems like he's always going to win. So there's a reason why he bought her back. I think he bought her back to partially make Malia jealous and to start issues, because that's what he does. He loves conflict. And I think another reason he may have bought her back is just for the simple reason that to make her pay for what she said about him, and I think he's just now starting to do that. Like yesterday, you seen how he humiliated her and Malia, both. He always pits them against each other. But what he does, he gets mad if they don't get jealous. And he'll always sit and tell Malia how beautiful Nateri is, and how beautiful her body is and all this and that. And he knows it's going to trigger her. So he keeps mentioning that to her. But then he gets mad when she gets mad about it. And it's crazy. And I'm going to tell you, he's been making comments here lately, you guys, about, oh, you're going to go on the streets. If you guys know what I mean by that, on the streets, and make me back my money. And I've been mentioning this too. I've been having a feeling he's been doing that to them anyway since day one. And then also, we've also noticed how the women seem like they are gone. In all these videos, you see how their behavior. You've seen Natiri like literally fall asleep so many times, and I'm surprised he hasn't said something to her about that. She'll sit there and pass out for a few seconds at a time. It's like, I think he's introducing different, maybe drugs, because those women they're not right. Something's going on. And then I heard him say in one of the videos about, oh, you're high, or he was talking to, was it? Yeah, it was that for. He was like, oh, that's why you're acting like that. You're high. And then he looked at Natiri, and she looked totally normal. And this was days ago. And he asked her, he said, you want one? And she was like, no. And he was like, would you want a half of one? So I'm thinking that Natiri had no intentions of doing anything like that when she went over there. But I think maybe allegedly he could be putting something in her drinks and to get her that way, because he needs them all to be with the program, because eventually I believe he's going, and then he's talking about having people come over and visit, like his high paying people that give to him a lot. And he even said this in the 18 meeting, I believe. So that tells me right there, what's he planning on doing with, I don't know. I would like to know what you guys think about this. I'm thinking that he is planning to make these women give back some of this money. It's a business. I believe they've all had a meeting on this and they've all agreed to it. And just like he keeps making comments to them saying, you guys agreed to this is a business and we're in this to make the money. And so I'm just saying, guys, I've had this sick feeling anyway, and I've had this feeling like he's been making these girls do this stuff anyway when they're kind of low on cash. But I don't know. I'm going to put up my link again, and I'm going to see if anybody wants to come up and tell us what you think. Because that's what I think, and that's what I believe. And I don't believe for 1 second that he is trying to change his image. I think that, like I was telling you guys, that this guy has got no intentions of ever changing. If you see him repent and say, I'm sorry, try to do better, but he's always, when somebody doesn't change, they're always going to revert back to the same behavior. I don't care if you're starting to have money or not, that behavior is not, and he does that. You can see how he's still pitting the girls against each other, how he gets upset when they finally do come against each other. And it's all because he's making that happen. And I believe the girls would probably get along a lot better if he would just shut his mouth and stop making comments to trigger everybody. So let me go up here and read some of these comments. Is Chi-Chi in the room? I know she was wanting to come up, but I don't know if she's here. Let me know if I'm saying it right. Melly Bella 2021. She says, I'm good. I would totally love to come on your panel, but my phone is totally acting weird. And when I watch live streams, I think it's time for a new phone. Yeah, you know what? When I tried to go on someone else's live stream before from my phone, and it doesn't work. But I think if I tried it on my computer, it would probably work. I don't know why. I don't know if you have to have an app on your phone, but I don't have this app on my phone. It's just on my computer. VB says, and to rub it in TKO's face. Yeah, exactly. Because she went over there for a minute. And do you know what happened with that? Did TKO like make her? Did he kick her out and make her leave, did or did she just leave? I wonder. Let's see. Just a second, guys. Okay. All right. And then let's go on. And V, that maybe, but oh, wait a minute. Let me see. Oh, yeah. VB, Melly Bella says to response, V, that may be, but he doesn't want the ladies to truly go along. He likes for them to compete for his attention. Yeah. And then he gets mad when they do. It's like it's kind of like mental abuse. And then if you guys notice how even with the way he's trying to clean up his image, it's like he's trying to groom his followers. Okay? It's crazy. He's grooming his followers the same way he grooms the women. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but yeah, it's crazy. I wouldn't doubt it because the way Nateri looked last night was crazy. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And they're all like that. Like he's keeping them all. They're taking something. BB says, I think they voted her out just like Nature Boy did. But can you really blame them? I mean, and then and the thing is, like last night I posted a video where I think this lady Rose was on there and she wanted to talk to Nateri about some of the things that she said about Nature Boy and kind of confront her about it. And Nature Boy was trying to set the record straight on that, on the STDs, because I think like that gets him more upset than anything else because he's trying to clean that up for some reason because he wants people to come over there. He wants his high-paying people to come over there and maybe spend some time with the ladies, if you guys can catch my drift. And nobody's going to do that if there's STs running around, if you know what I mean. I think he bought Nutnut back to make Malia mad, to have a reason to give her the boot. He knows it's a matter of time. She's sick and push herself, and it's showing. So he's doing what he always does. Yeah. Yeah. And people like us, we can see right through him. It's like, who are you fooling? It's like you might be brainwashing and grooming your followers, but not everybody is going to fall for that. Sincerity says he has multiple personality disorders. Doctor, it's getting wild. Yeah. Yeah. VB says Nateri is a snake. I absolutely agree with you. But did you guys notice how in that video yesterday, like where she kept falling asleep and then like she'll wake up and then she'll look at Malia like real weird and then she'll look over at the camera and kind of like do a side eye. But then it's like she did this motion like she was like trying to give somebody a signal. Like I don't know, it was weird. Like she did this thing with her tongue on the side of her mouth, like while she was scratching her neck, And it was like she was trying to let somebody know something. Like that was a signal for something. But it was weird. If you watched Natiri in that video yesterday, it was weird. Natiri was highly intoxicated last night, and that's not weed. No. You're right. New York Queen says he clearly tell us what he does and stands for, blunt with it, and nothing occurs. This is a master product or production in effect. Gotta be. No, I think he's really like that. And I think he's being protected, and that's why. Yeah. Did you catch that, VB? Where she was like she purposely did that. Like she took her tongue and rolled it on the side of her cheek as she was scratching her neck and looking into the camera like really weird. I wonder, because she said some horrible things about him. Imagine Natiri was sent over there undercover, take down a nature boy. That's what I'm saying, because she, every time he was offering her something, she was like, nope, I don't want it. Nope. But then you see her lately, like the last couple of days, and she's been on something. She has been on something. And I'm telling you, Natiri, as much as I don't like her, because I think, if she's not there undercover, then that means she's two-faced. And I don't like that. But if she is undercover, she ain't trying to do no drugs. And if she's already got all those things that's wrong with her, then she probably would think it was worth it just to go over there just to try to take him down or something, because it's not like she can be reinfested. I mean, if she's already got what she's got. Okay, and then what I was going to say is, did you guys see the video last night where that girl Rose was trying to confront Natiri and tell Nature Boy everything that Natiri did and everything that she said? Well, that's what I was saying. Nature Boy was sticking up for her. And I think he was trying to make it look like she wasn't telling the truth and that she lied on him. And he wanted to clear all that up. And I think it was just for the fact that he needs people to come over there and spend their money on, and if they think that all that stuff is running around, nobody's going to go over there and do that, So I don't know. It's crazy. New York Queen Melly Bella says, I agree. How can he have been able to move freely and do these things is super suspicious. Like she was possessed. Well, I think he's able to do this, and he does not fear anything. He doesn't fear nothing. If anybody even comes close to saying or doing anything about going after him, he doesn't break a sweat. He doesn't even worry about it. And it's because he's being protected. He definitely is being protected. New York Queen says, yes, I'm thinking she got real sick and came back with, medication. Yeah. But they're making it look like, Zoka and Solar gave you that. And then you came to me and we did our thing. But there's no way. she was with all three of them and then went to the hospital to get medicine, you know? Yes, a nature boy attacked Rose and was proven wrong. Yeah, I think that Rose girl was trying to tell the truth. I think she was trying to tell him, you know? And I think Malia is trying to, I think Malia thinks something's up too because she does not get along at all with Nutiri. If you guys noticed how, she's always throwing shade at her. Like, but you can't blame her too on the other flip side of the coin because Nature Boy would be like, "Oh, look at Siri's body," and then he'll like video tape her or like and um, Malia's she'll say something smart about it because, and then he gets mad when she does. It's crazy. It's like you're playing mind games with these girls. And it's like, and he'll tell them that he's trying to trigger them. Just like he was telling them in that video I just uploaded, where he was trying to kick her out. He was trying to trigger her. And you can't mess with people like that mentally, you know? Your queen, because that looked like, whatever her name is, this week was on opiates, period. Yeah. Yeah, that wasn't alcohol. Nope. Sasha, remember like 4 or 5 days ago, Nature Boy had like 7K. Then all of a sudden he had like 2K and said someone robbed him and they were all in the hotel. I swear Wizzy somehow cash apped herself money back. Ooh, I wonder. I wonder. Do you think she did? I wonder if she did because, and she probably knew she could get by with doing that too because she's probably thinking, well, he's not going to open his mouth about me because he knows I could tell a whole lot on him. And I hope she did. I really hope she did. And you guys kept hearing me say, I like Wizzy. She's the one that I have the most hope for. Hey, Tina, how are you? Wizzy's the one I had the most hope for. That because she just, that woman, I don't care. I think she was the most prettiest one there. I'm sorry, but she was. She is the most prettiest one there. She had a beautiful singing voice. She just looked happy. And even in the bad situation that she was in, she still tried to make a bad situation into a good situation, We Up says, do y'all think Nature Boy is a good example for black and brown people? No. Nope. I don't think, in my opinion, I don't think he is. He's not a good example for anybody. I mean, what does everybody else think? We Up wants to know what everybody thinks, I think. VB says he's a fool. You don't mess over people who cook your food or people that have access to you while you're sleeping. That's common sense, right? Yep. My thing is, those women sit and take good care of him. They pick out his hair, they pick the lice out of it. They pick his little nose. They pick his ears. They wash his face. I mean, when he's taking a shower, doesn't he wash his own face? I mean, come on. What is they put on his face? Coconut oil? And then he's accusing Malia of giving him a breakout again? No. Malia's not doing that. Malia, that girl drives you about crazy. And I'm at that point, I don't feel bad for her anymore, because we all sat and cried over her and we felt so bad for her. And then she came out and kind of, she might as well just spit in our face, basically, the way she talked to us and treated us just for caring about her. Yeah, KG. Are you talking about Wizzy? I'm glad she left. I'm so glad she left. I had a whole lot of hope for her. New York Queen says that she thinks that could be a lie just to get the donations, and that could be true because you know what he did? Like, he was telling everybody, yeah, he got the donations, and then I guess it was going to be to stay another night or something. And he got the donations and still didn't stay the night. And then he took the women to the mall and made them think that he's going to buy him an outfit. I don't know if he ever did or not. But he took him there. The first thing he did was he was all worried about himself. And then he had to get donations for shoes. Well, he got the donations for shoes, and then we went back and got the shoes after he made the women put back the outfits that they wanted to pick out. And then he's like, "Oh, I'll just take you guys to Target or somewhere else and get your outfits, your clothes." I mean, did he ever take them to get their outfit? Because I didn't see him do it. Tina says he's a manipulator. And yeah, KG, I like Wizzy. She is a beautiful woman. She is. She's beautiful inside and out. I didn't think she would stay there too long. We Up says, I mean of black and brown. Melly B says, Bella says, she always tried to be positive. I appreciate that about her. Yeah. Ew, yeah, they probably do. I mean, Nature Boy is portraying the regular life of black and brown people. He's just, I don't know. I mean, is that really a regular life of brown and black people? Like, because I don't believe that everybody's like that. I don't believe he's possessed. I don't think he's possessed. I think he's affected by demons. And yeah, he may well be possessed, but I just don't think that has anything to do with him trying to be a good role model for anybody, because he's not a good role model for, I don't know. I think he's taken advantage of his followers. I think he's grooming his followers to get money, and he's using the women to get more money. And that's all he wants around him is beautiful women. And he's scoping out even more women to bring there to and he's going to make them do a contract and sit and say, you know what, this is your job. This is what I want you to do. And if you can't do that, then you're out. You're going to leave. And that's what he's going to do. And he's taking them on these trips saying, oh, I do this for you and I do that for you. And just like he was telling Malia, you have the best life. And a lot of people have to wake up today and go to work. What is he doing to those women? They don't even wake up one day and get to enjoy their environment. How do they enjoy their environment when their every move, day and night, and even in their sleep, is to cater to him? Isn't that like work? I mean, and then to have to sit and listen to him for hours and hours and hours, go on and on and on. And then he wants everybody around him to be happy after he's made them miserable. Tina Sim says he's just taken a lot of different approaches lately as how he deals with the women. He's like a copycat of TKO, Capone, and now he's looking a mess too. Yeah. I think they're all a mess. All of them. Weeb says 9 out of the 10 BB people are like this. I don't really think so. I don't think that anybody in any race is gonna no. I think if you're a normal Black woman, you're not going to sit and allow a man to treat you that way. I don't believe 9 out of 10 women are allowing this to happen to them in the Black or brown community. I just don't think that's true. Mm-mm. I think that they're too strong for that. I don't believe that. I think he's only getting by with that because he's demonic and he's brainwashing these women. Let's see. And Delilah let Samson right to his death. Yeah. KG says Malia isn't happy there, but she's scared to be in regular society. Yeah, and I think there was somebody that said that her family would take her back, but I think her family has already said that they're done with her, that they're, I think that she has hurt them so bad that they've made the choice and the decision just to turn their back on her. But I do believe that if she was actually willing to go home and not go home, but actually go home to go into some kind of facility, I think they would be there for her. But she would have to prove it all the way along because she can't just go home. I don't believe she can go home and just be around her son, be around her family. And, she needs to go somewhere and be put somewhere for it could probably take years to get her mind back. Her mind is so far gone and her body is so far gone that she needs a lot of help just to get her mind thinking clear again. And I don't think it's safe for her to be around her family right now or anybody else for that matter. She needs to be somewhere where she can get the help that she needs. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Do you guys think that, if she gets kicked out, she should go back to her family or get put somewhere? KG, I think whatever caused her illness also affected her mental state. She's not all there, and it's a shame that no family will step in. Well, yeah, I don't agree with the family completely turning their back on her, but I kind of understand that they're hurt. They probably seen the way she looked and smelled when she got off that plane, and that about killed their soul. That hurt them. And then for them to spend the months that they spent trying to be there for her, and the doctors spent their time trying to save her life, and then she just turns around, spits in their face, and she goes back there. And that probably they're thinking, I don't want to watch something happen to her. I don't want to be there to see that happen. So I think that's why they're doing that. because the pain, they're in a lot of pain. You could, in their interviews, the only couple of interviews they gave, you could tell by their voices that they were hurt. But you could tell that they love her. They loved her. But I think if you're in the situation where you're being beat, locked maybe in closets like she was allegedly, mentally constantly, like he's always constantly trying to play mind games with you and say, oh, this one's pretty and I want to be with that one and you're nothing. He it's like chipping away at something until eventually you're going to keep chipping away at it until it's no longer there. And that's what he did to her mind. And he did it purposely. He knew what he was doing. And he does it to all of them. Tina Sim says 9 out of 10, BB. What is that? I think We Up was asking about if Nature Boy represents Black and brown people. So I think that's what BB means, is what he's saying. Pissed White Chick says, did you hear Nature Net explaining viruses? Oh my God. You don't have a disease if you don't have ease, okay? You don't. I get so tired of hearing him say that. He's something else. He's crazy. He's trying to make what he allegedly has acceptable, as if I can, or that he can't have that because he's around positivity all the time, even though his only purpose in life is to cause confusion and to hurt people. He enjoys it and he likes it. Let's see. KG says she doesn't have the mindset to work a regular job and actually be a mother. She'd rather choose yeah. And that's why I say that, especially with Malia. And you know how young she is. She wasn't like that when she first went there at all. I think when she first went there, she was kind of, you could tell that maybe she was not too much of a likable person. She was a little selfish. She only thought about herself at that time. But she didn't have the issues that she's having now. And that's like most young people, they are selfish. But they don't go to the extreme that she went to. And I think that, I don't know, I need to do a whole other video on this to try to explain it better, because sometimes I don't think I'm explaining it the right way. But if you are woke, you're going to know what I'm talking about. Nature Boy, I believe, has that high-ranking demon, and I believe all the other ones, they have a lower-ranking one. They have lower-ranking ones to where that's what attracts them to each other. But then they're going to look at Nature Boy and people like Velvet in a different way, because whatever's inside of them, the lower-ranking one, they know that Velvet and Nature Boy has that higher ranking when in them, and that's why they paid them so much respect. The family can't make her leave because she is an adult, right? That's true. And Tina also says that's not how the black and brown people I know behave. It's like 1 out of 5, and it's not a black thing, right? Exactly. The black women I know, they would never stand for that. They would never stand for that. Mm-mm. Because they're very strong-minded, and they don't put up with that. It's only the weak and the ones that already have opened the door for that demonic possession. Those are the ones that he preys on. And he's not going to stop. He's not. Tina, if they can prove her mental has been affected and she's now disabled, they sure could. It just seems like no one cares that much to actually do it. It's sad. Well, I think before she went back there, the family tried to do something. But I don't know if they weren't actually able to get something from the judge. And that's what I kept saying too. I was like, time is like of the essence here. The family is going to have to step in and go see a judge. But they didn't. Or if they did, I don't know. I didn't hear about it. So I don't know. I think that if they would have snatched her phone away, that would have, like, Nature Boy wouldn't have been able to gotten a hold of her and done the things that he was able to do while she was in the hospital. And I think that once they did make contact, they definitely should have went to the judge, because I believe a judge would have gave some type of order. But the last I heard before she left the hospital, I was hearing that the family was in the process of trying to do that, to get that order. But where that went, I don't know. I have no idea, because I didn't hear. I think it was mentioned, and then nobody heard anything else about it. Let's see. Okay, let me read. T. Turner says Malia should leave. Yeah, Malia should definitely leave. But to Malia, he's all she has, and it's sad. She thinks that he is all she has. New York Queen says, yes, she was nasty and spitting at us for caring. Her happiness is there. She paid to be there, right? Yes. Yeah. In more ways than one, too, sadly. Because she's, like I was saying, she was young and beautiful. And she gave up her health and everything. And it's just sad. Okay. Here's someone who is going to respond to you. And Lisa says, I'm a Black person and don't know anyone who lives like that. I think what We Up is saying, Lisa, is that he wonders if you guys think that Do you think that Nature Boy represents your, like, the black and brown community? Because in my opinion, no, he don't. He does not. And 9 out of 10 black or brown women are not like, they're not going to allow that to happen. Mm-mm. Tina Sim says he is a con and he knows what he's doing. He only wants young women because a wise woman is not going to be fed that crap. Exactly. Lisa, I'm white and never saw women be treated that way or anything remotely like that. Nope. Only in the cults, only in cults, cult members. But I think it goes deeper than a cult. It really does. It's spiritual. It's a spiritual war going on, and whether we like it or not, we're going to have to accept that. The only thing we can do is pray for them. 2021, they have to be near her to get anything done. Yeah. Bella says, I have many friends of all kinds, never seen it. He uses the women to recruit other women. That's what his change of heart has been about, getting more flies with honey. Yeah, but I don't think the women recruit other women though. I think he's the only one that picks them out. And then he uses them against each other because he don't want them to get along. New York says, remember he said low self-esteem women only come on now. We know, and yeah. Yep. These women, before going over there, they're already broken. Somewhere along the lines, even if you sat down and you talked to any of them, they're going to tell you that they've dabbled in witchcraft, voodoo, prostitution. They've opened the door for this, and they were already vulnerable before they went there. And he played on that big time. Lisa says, don't start nothing, won't be nothing. What happened? New York Queen says, notice how he copies everyone. It's like he's such a wannabe. He has no identity at all. No. And he's lost himself, he's lost. And his only purpose is to suck your soul dry. And that's why it's not just the women that's over there that he's doing this to. He has started sucking the souls of his followers. So this is getting serious. Very serious. If you've noticed what he's doing, you'll notice that he's a soul sucker. I used to feel so bad for them, but I realized that he feeds off pain and sorrowful energy. I'm not feeding that man. That's right. You're right. Malia needs professional help. Yeah, she does. She needs, it's kind of like with a drug addict, someone that's done years of drugs. Even their mind is messed up, And it takes years, well, maybe sometimes not years, but it definitely takes 6 months to a year, up to years, just to be okay again, mentally and physically. And with what's going on with Malia, it's far worse. That girl is going to need a lot of help. Are you aware he is part of another project to portray their people like this? They're expressing their culture. I do know, I did see where he was in an interview, or he did a sit down. Him and Velvet did a sit down with him. But that's all I know about that. I mean, I don't know anything else as far as this guy and how he fits in. He is using them all to build his case and making them look like they lied on him. He is now using neutering. Yeah. Nurturing. Yeah, it's like he's flipped the switch. It's like, have you noticed how, I don't know. It's like I was saying to you guys yesterday. It's like by him recording more and showing more, he's being fake while he's doing that. But when he shows the fake side of it, we also get to see more behind the scenes. And if you read between the lines, between the fine lines, you're going to see what's really going on. And Nature Boy, he likes to play mind games with his followers because he doesn't mind to tell you. He likes to tell you what he's going to do before he does it. Just like in one video, he was asking the women, what are you willing to do that for me? Raise your hand if you're willing, because I need my money back. Right? In the next video, the next day, he talks about how people are going to come in and he's going to let like his high donating people come and visit. Okay. And then in another video, he talks about how one of the girls was high, and if he was trying to ask the Terry, and it's like he wants you to know. And he specifically pointed out Nateri and said, do you want one? Oh, do you want a half of a one? But then now we see how crazy she looks, right? Like she's high. Even after she's told him no. Because that's his way of letting his followers know, if you're smart enough to read between the lines, I'm gonna make sure she does. I'm gonna make sure that Natiri, the one that I pointed out, the one that's not doing it right now, she's going to be doing it. Even if I have to slip it in her drink, allegedly. So if you guys are reading between, that's why sometimes I'll play some of the craziest videos and I'm not even pointing out anything like what I'm supposed to be pointing out. I just let it play because I want you guys to catch on to these little things. Like he wants you to know what he's doing. And sometimes he'll break it up in different videos. He'll break down in different videos what he's going to do. And that's his way of saying, I'm going to do this and there's nothing you're going to do about it. And he's going to get by with it. And he always does get by with it. There are white cults with white members who are just as brainwashed. It's not a color thing, people, right? Look at, yeah, I can mention a whole lot of different cults, especially in the white sector, definitely. New York Queen says, and I absolutely hate when he gets excited. when he's about to be little and embarrassed, one of them, you can almost see his horns. Yep. Tina Sum says he plays in their low esteem. Then he gets upset when you react. Exactly. It's crazy. It's like, you were just saying, like, he knows what he can do to upset them. He knows what to do, and he knows how to work his followers too. I'm telling you, you guys, you should watch it. Watch it. I'm telling you, like, watch the different videos. Manny says it's not about race, people. Right? You're absolutely right. It's not. No, it's not a poor or rich thing either. It's not. Because it's both, because a lot of these cults run by donations they get, and then they run by the money that the followers bring when they come to join, So, I mean, it's a kind of it's a broken thing. I mean, they go after broken people. But this thing going on with Nature Boy, it's a spiritual thing, I believe. I really believe that. MM says he is using Nateri against Malia now, and Malia is pouting like Velvet now. He can't stop talking about Velvet, and he got Nateri to say that she lied on him, and he didn't give her a dis-ease, as he calls it. Yeah, it's like, that's how Satan loves to do. He likes to pitch you against each other, cause conflict, confusion. It's their thing. It's crazy. Lisa says with mental health, with adults, it's not that easy unless you can prove them that they're a danger to themselves or others. Well, I think they had the best chance of proving that she's a danger to herself when she was in the hospital, because she's allowing him to do all sorts of things to her. And like, she almost died from letting him in the back door, her organs were rearranged, literally. So she was literally, I mean, that's like, it seems like she was a danger to herself. I heard that lying Nateri. Yeah, Natiri's up to something with all those signals she's handing out, Wizzy packed her bags and got the hell. I know. You go, Wizzy. I love her. I hope that she never returns. She gave him her money also. Somebody said, though, that that they think, because Nature Boy was letting on like he got robbed, and they think that Wizzy took back some of her money. So I don't know. And I wonder if she had money put back for in case, she needed to get out of there or something. Because I wonder who bought her plane ticket. Because I know Nature Boy sure didn't buy her plane ticket. I can about bet on that. And who else? They said somebody else left too, didn't they? Kite? Was it Kite? We Up says, okay, if you talking about mind, soul, demons, etc., you just as nutty as nature nut, because those things don't exist. They're made up. Well, I believe that my God exists, and I believe that there is a Satan. I believe there's a heaven. I believe there's a hell, and I believe what my Bible tells me. And that doesn't make me nutty. It's a very yucky demon possession, spiritual war more than ever. People need to stay close to TMH more than ever. That's right. The Most High, the one and only. And it's not nature freak. I knew Wizzy was going to leave, at least hope so. Yeah, Miss 007. I had the most hope in her. I really did, because I kept telling you guys, I think that she's the one. Like, I have a lot of faith in her. I have hope that she's not going to. I mean, it could have been she was like almost on the breaking point where he could have almost had her, but she made it out before it was too late, before he sucked her soul dry. Priscilla says Nature Boy made sure he got her out of hospital before they could possibly. Yeah. Nature Boy, the minute he got back in contact with her, he made sure that he cut off all contact with her family. That's the first thing he did. So then after that, it made it very hard for the family to do anything, pretty much, except for to go online and say, hey, this is what's going on. Tina Sims says, I know Black women from all walks of life. I'm a domestic violence advocate. I've spoke to women from all backgrounds, and it's not a financial situation. It's the self-esteem of the individual. Yeah, it's women, or even you can't say just women, but most cases it's women, but I'm sure men could fall for it too, it's people that's already broken, like, that are more susceptible to this, it's easier to get into to break somebody down mentally and physically if they're already broken. If you're a strong person, especially strong in your faith, there's nobody that's going to take that from you. Exactly. Does Hitler represent all white people? Heck no, he doesn't. MM says Malia was there sipping that wine with her face pouting, and he is doing the same thing to her that he did to Velvet. He got them when they were young, including their money, used and dumped them. Exactly. G. Johnson said, that's why I was so surprised when someone like Wizzy went there, because she seemed to have had some confidence in her. But I think what it was is that she spent 5 or 6 years talking to Nature Boy. And I think maybe during that time, I think she knew him before, and she kind of had a little bit of feelings for him, but not too much. And I think that maybe she thought that she'd go there and try to give it a chance. But I'm still surprised she would go, that someone like her would go over there. But I'm not at all surprised that she left early, because she's too smart for that. And she's not someone that was broken before she went over there. And her spirit seems pure. I don't know. You could just see a light in her. And he wanted to put that light out in her, but she wasn't going to let that happen. No, he doesn't, but there are some tribes that live the way they do. Yeah. But I don't think that, I think even in those tribes, I think there's a sense of respect for each other, though. Whereas with this thing with Nature Boy, he just has no respect for nobody there at all. I mean, even in public, if you've watched some of those videos, like, he is so disrespectful in public. And it's like, he's just a nasty person inside and out. Well, where I'm from, Nature Boy is a god. He is a living epitome of black and brown. He has great large following, loves him. The black and brown people wants to be like him. Yep. Where are you from? Where are you from? Nature Boy is not a god. Okay? Even saying that is blasphemy. He is not the living. I can't speak. I can't speak for everybody. But in my opinion, I don't believe he represents all black and brown people. I'm sorry. And he does have a great following. And if those people want to be like him, his followers, there's something wrong there. There's something wrong. Because who wants to be like him? Except for his followers. And just like I just said, his followers are being kind of brainwashed right now. They're being groomed. The things he says are somewhat true when it comes to the U.S. are true. He's just using it in a demonic way. Yeah. Even True once said that they will use the Christian religion, the Bible, the Quran, the Muslim religion, and they'll use that to trap you in. And they'll twist it up just to will you in. So that's why you oftentimes hear them talking about things that are true. Some things are true, but he'll twist it up into his own little version. And I don't know. I need to do another video on that because I don't know. Try to explain it because he's does Harvey Weinstein represent the white community? Of course not. So the answer to that question should be obvious. You're right. Exactly. Stop it. Nobody in their right mind wants to be living in a basement like trapped rat. Right. Exactly. Because, not everybody over there is living like that. I mean, even the wives aren't living like that, the favorite wives. And there is no queen over there right now. Velvet, she has a high-ranking demon in her. So someone like her is the only one that's going to be able to make that queen status. Malia, he's lying to Malia about that. He did not make her a queen. Malia cannot be a queen. She cannot be an empress over there. And that's why he talks about Velvet so much. He needs Velvet to come back there. She is that high-ranking demonic queen, period. Just like he's a god. He is not going to make someone a queen that has a low-ranking demon in it. It's just not going to happen. And have somebody, the other lower ranking demons ain't going to respect that. That's why you see the women disrespecting Malia the way they get to disrespect her. because those lower ranking demons that's in them, they know that. And they're not going to respect it. They're not going to worship it. They're not going to fall down to it. And I've been telling you guys that since he was claiming that he's going to make Malia the queen. I said it will never happen. She cannot be the queen at all. Matrix says Sasha for God has a big wide mouth that looks like a frown on the edges. Naturally doesn't want that. He wants Malia has a big wide mouth. But look at his mouth. Come on. Looks like a frown on the edges naturally when she is relaxed. Yeah, he does. Like, and he wants to use the women for other things, if you guys know what I'm talking about. That's why he's trying to clear up the STD things. And Malia, she's always going to be like that. I think she's faked it as much as she can. But she's not that type of person. She can't be like I am, fake it. Or Efro. Even Efro can't fake it that much. Sometimes she goes off too. So, and I think Nature Boy needs to fix his face. I mean, because, and I'm not saying nothing bad. I mean, but he talks about her, but then look at his, the way his side eyes grin is, you know. And I'm not sticking it from Leah either, because I'm still very upset with her. The way she treated us after we cared about her, and not to have wanted her to go back. And the same thing for Natiri. I don't have nothing for her either. I don't have nothing for her. And then the way Efru sit there and let him talk to her, the way he talked to her, no. And the only reason why he doesn't talk to Aya the way he does is because Aya, even though she doesn't have that same high-ranking thing inside of her, she's kind of like the favorite minion. You know what I'm saying? Like she is his right-hand man, and she is the one that snitches on everybody and tells everything that goes on. But when Malia came back, Malia was trying to kind of take over that spot. And you could tell how she was like low-key snitching on people. So I think Malia, she only came back because she wanted to get her payback. And she really believed she was going to take Velvet's place. But then when she found out that wasn't going to happen, she became mad. And that's why she's always looking mad again. And on top of that, he's always saying things about Natiri. Like he's using Natiri because he knows it makes Malia feel some kind of way. So he'll use Natiri when he wants to fight with her. He'll use Natiri and say nice things about Natiri, even though he has an agenda for her too, to kind of bring her down. He'll use her just to hurt Malia. Natiri is in his ear because he is all of a sudden flips on Malia. Well, I don't think he wanted Malia to come back there. I think the only reason why he needed Malia to come back there is because he did not want Malia to say anything on him. So he needed her to come back there. And that's why he was willing to promise her the queen's status and everything. Let's see. But, I mean, he'll sit and fake and say, "Oh, I care about you, Malia. I care about you," but he doesn't. He doesn't care. He doesn't even want her there. She is there because it's a necessity for him. Because the longer he keeps her there, then she's not out here running her mouth about him like Velvet is. Uh, We Up says Nature Nut is on his way to becoming a Dr. CB. Whatever. His project is taking up a woman like this from cultures and what's he exposing? Clearly, you can see his multiple personalities. Yeah. Nature Boy is beyond lost. He is evolving into something very scary. Mm-hmm. I says, what if Malia has cancer? I think it's something serious, and I don't think she's healed all the way from it. Elisa, it's not only where I am at, it's shown over his comment section. All the people comment there, great things they say about Nature Boy. Yeah, they do say nice things about Nature Boy, especially here lately. Especially lately, people have been coming out more and more and talking about how nice of a guy he is. And it's because they're drinking the Kool-Aid. They're being groomed. They're being brainwashed. I never thought that could be possible, brainwashing and grooming someone over the internet. But it's possible because I'm seeing it. He's flying high now, but when that loan money runs out and Bigo checks stop, he won't be smiling then. Well, that's why he's now grooming his followers, and they're sending him more money now than ever. And he's also prepping those women for something. I'm telling you, he's prepping them for something, if you know what I mean. When I saw the video of Zoka when she first got there, I wanted to cry. She was such a light, so beautiful. You could look in all their eyes and see so much sadness. Any moment, I think they'll snap. That's like I said, Nature Boy. He's a soul sucker, and he has. When they've all got there, they all had this glow about them. I mean, and I guess the reason why you could see that is because when you compare them from now to when they first went there, it's a big change, and that's why we say that they had a light or a glow about them. But Nature Boy sucked all that energy in their souls. Now they're just like a zombie walking around. G. Johnson says he's using them women as well as those boys in the basement that never get a chance to have fun. That was the ultimate slap in the face of Woodsy. Yeah. I think she saw the video of them having, fun, going out to eat and stuff. And she said, nope, I'm out of here. And I don't blame her. I'm glad. If that's what it took to get her out of there, I'm glad she saw it. We Up, all those people in no way do not represent for Black and brown people, just like Charles Manson, Harvey Weinstein followers don't represent white or pink people. Pink people. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. I lost my. I just lost my place. Let's see. Sorry, guys. That's right, Lisa. She did get away just in time. And he has been talking about Velvet like an awful lot lately. He's trying to make Velvet think she's missing something. He's still speaking on Velvet and defending her, saying she's young, so she doesn't know. She doesn't know. He still wants her back, and that's the bottom line, right? He does want her back because he can't find anybody else that has her ranking. He can't, and I'm not saying that that's a good thing. That's a bad thing, but I'm just saying that I don't know. It's hard to explain it. Hey, Black Jade, how are you? I think the stylist left also because I don't see her anymore in the camera there. In the camera, she did her hair. She did their hair party, danced in the stripper pole, and jetted out there back home when she got paid. Yeah. And did he really pay her? Because wasn't he threatening that he wasn't going to pay her? But she is back because I've seen a couple of videos she's made. Let's see. Trevon says they need Jesus to snap back to reality. Exactly. They need to repent. They need to turn from that. And then even after that, it's gonna take a lot of prayer and fasting for them. A lot. Okay, so let me go back down. Let the unwise be unwise. Exactly. Lisa says he has even addressed Wizzy leaving since they're back at the Airbnb. I think they left today on a cruise. If there's a God, there are sure enough demons. Well, 1/3 of the 1/3 of the angels turned on Satan's side. When Satan turned against God, 1/3 of and can you imagine how many fallen angels that is? That's how many, and they're here. They're all around us. And that's why we have so much sin and so much evil and so much stuff going on here, The devil is more involved in your life than you think. Yeah, he sure is. Stay sober and guard your loins. The devil lurks, seeking who he may devour. Exactly. Put on the armor of God. Joe says, stop giving the devil so much power. No, if you're covered in the blood of Jesus Christ, he can't. But there are so many people out there that they're so misled and they believe that Nature Boy is a god. And all he is a soul sucker, a soul-sucking demon. This game he is playing with Nateri is to piss Velvet off, so she would trigger, she would want to run back. Let's see. Trevon says we got to stay consciously aware that God's power is constantly active, no matter what, and build a relationship. He speaks back. He does. Wizzy probably used one of the cell phones to get the Cash App money from him to get her ticket and leave. She left while he was on the boat ride with the women and at the hotel on Mother's Day. And she did a video too. She made a video of herself before she left. I did see that. Trevon, Lutina says, Trevon, we have to stay prayed up, and that's how a person like Nature Boy can affect you. Exactly. I agree. The Lord is also separating us and trying to change us. The state of the world shows it all. Exactly. I've been saying this. This is Satan's world right here. This is not God's world. But it will be. It will be when he comes back. That's God says, just endure till the end. And that's what we have to do. We have to endure. Let's see. I already read that one. I think Nature Boy gained Wizzy into coming back, saying how good life would be there, etc. Then all of a sudden, with no reason, he banished her to the basement. I think it was because her size and his image. Yeah, but you know what? I think she's more pretty. I think she's more pretty, and I shouldn't say that. I think they're all beautiful, but there's just something special about Wizzy. I don't know. Let's see. He seemed oppressed by Antichrist spirit. You know what, Trevon? And I'm going to do another video on this. I've already done one video on it, but I'm going to break it down more. But it's the same spirit that comes from the Garden of Eden. Because a lot of Nature Boy's teachings are about the knowledge, about the so-called knowledge about nature and about living in nature. And that's why I say that whatever's got a hold of these guys, they are some ancient demonic spirits from that stem from the Garden of Eden. It's the same spiritual fallen angels that were, I'm telling you, the same. These fallen angels, we call them demons, but they're fallen angels that are with Satan, and they're to do his job, and that's what they're here for. You think Satan's going to go out here and do the work when he's got fallen angels to do it for him? No. The same thing with Nature Boy. Do you think Nature Boy is going to do anything when he's got little minions, lower ranking demons that he's got? No. In the same way that God ranks his angels, Satan also gives rankings to his angels, his demons. And they all have a job to do. And they do it, or they get punished. Satan punishes them. G says, only people want to be like him are those who don't have a real life nor have been anywhere, because he's not offering anything so grand. Oh, yeah. He's just offering to pick his nose and pick his ears, and because that's what they do day in and day out. Cater to him, cook for him, cooking for your man is one thing, but it's just a total different way that they do it. It's just not right. I mean, if you're someone who believes in God, you already know that you treat your husband with respect. You love your husband. You cook for him. You clean. You know what your job as a wife is. But just like Satan, though, he wants to take anything that God has that's pure, and he wants to corrupt it, using all these wives to he anything that God does, he'll corrupt it. If God wants, oh, we're not going to get into that. No. He's distracting people, creating things to gossip about and negatively talk about it. Yeah. I was telling everybody that he's grooming his followers now. He's grooming them. I noticed that when he is playing the character of the doctor, asking them questions, he is doing to them what the psychiatrist did to him. That's a good point. He is playing out what happens to him while he was in those institutions when they sit across. Well, someone said that there was priest, I think, in like a Catholic church, that did something to him, allegedly. We Up says at Alexis Colby, anytime you put another man above yourself, then you're being silly. How can you worship something you don't know, understand, can't prove? Well, if you study the Bible, and you're not to take my word for anything. You're not to take anybody's word for anything. You're to go prove this stuff on your own. Like I've already done my studying. I've read my Bible. I've already put 2 and 2 together. I've proved to myself that my God exists. And I was not going to take another man's word for that at all. I had to prove that to myself. I had to find out the answers for myself. And I did that. So you're going to have to do that for yourself. You cannot say that something doesn't exist unless you've proven it otherwise. Like, because if you did the studying and you did the research that it takes to prove it, then you wouldn't be saying that it doesn't exist. I don't believe. I think that you would come to the conclusion that God does exist. Priscilla says, people tell him all the time he needs a Spanish woman. His mouth is disrespectful and sick. Ew, him in Walmart. Yeah, he's very... In Walmart, he was like, I can see why he got arrested in some of those other places, because, like, some of the, like, allegations were that he was doing, like making sexual advances or something, or doing something. So I can see him doing that. Like in Walmart, he was sitting there like videotaping these women and their butts and everything. And it's like, I'm surprised one of those women there in Walmart didn't walk up to him and slap him. The whole Malia rescue situation was to clear up all the health questions. That's it. That's all. I respect. And she says, and that's why his karma is going to be hell in the open for the public's eyes. You know what, Joe? I hope that Wizzy comes out and talks. But she has a lot of class. I think that she may not. So I don't know. I think that she probably will think, well, I don't, but she might be angry too. Angry people like to talk. I don't put another man above myself, not like you with Nature Boy. I put a higher power You never read the Bible in its fullness. Exactly. Little nature freak ain't going to cure you of any disease, okay? As he calls it. The Lord wants us to have childlike faith. There is so much power in faith. You can't understand if you never had it. Seek the Lord. He is playing out what happened to him while he was in and out of those institutions when they sit across from him drinking wine and trying to fall asleep. He brainwashes them at the moment. Yeah. But do you kind of suspect that he's brainwashing his audience too now? Like, or grooming them? Stop touting karma. Good things happen to bad people, and bad things happen to pure people before karma is a myth. I gotta go. Talk to you later, Tina. Come back and have a great night. I always love when Tina comes in. Okay, let's see. He can't be helped. We planted the seed, left the unwise, yeah. I don't believe he can be helped either. I think it's just too far gone. I believe until you take your very last breath that you can be saved. But I think that if you've given yourself over to that, like I believe Nature Boy has done, I just, there may not be a chance for that, you know? He's really got to want that. What he does is make himself feel they are lower than him. Velvet said he looks in the mirror and he knows he has did so wrong and needs help, but he thinks his looks will take him to his life ends. Ugh. Yuck. So all that talk Natiri had about her herpes. So what was that? Well, last night, did you see the video I uploaded last night with where there was a woman in there confronting Natiri about how she was going on all these other platforms before she went back to carbonation, and how she was saying that she was pretty much sitting there allowing the other women to like call her out, and the Nature Boy was sticking up for her, for Natiri, but at the same time he was also sticking up for the fact that how he was saying that he was because he wanted to set everything clear, and he wanted Natiri to confirm that she didn't get that from him, that it was from Zoka and Solar. Does that make sense? Because she went to Zoka and Solar, and he said, I tried to tell you not to go to Zoka and Solar and not mess with that, and you didn't listen to me. You went there anyway, and then after I took you to the hospital and got you all cleared up, then me and you did something. But that's not true. I believe that Nature Boy was with her at the same time that Zoka and the other one was with her. But Nature Boy's trying to make it look like that he's not the one that gave that to her. And he made her confirm it. But before she went there, she was telling everybody that Nature Boy was one of the ones that did give it to her too. It says God, right? So you say you read your Bible. Now I know you're lying. Who did Yeshua, Jesus, say he was? Are you going to answer that, Leah? I know about the truth. The knowledge I have about God cannot come from books. Well, I pray for you. I'm going to pray for you, and I'm going to pray that God opens your heart and that He opens your eyes. And, you know, Priscilla said, Velvet looked powerful over there. Look prettier than all them. Malia will never be queen. Well, no, she can't. She can't be a queen. And Nature Boy knows he lied to her about that. The Lord allows His children to see the enemy's way of deceiving us. You need to build a personal relationship with Him. Yeah, there's nothing. There's nothing like having a relationship with the Lord Jesus Christ. Nothing compares to that. And Malia is weak, no compassion, and her face has been frowning a lot. Maybe he does need new girls. Malia is probably still recovering. She's not recovering, because I hate to say recovering, because I mean, has she ever gotten any better, really? I mean, I think that she's just starting to be in a lot of pain again. And she's not happy with the way he's always trying to like start stuff and play mind games with them. Like today, he was like, "Oh, I'm going to take my favorite wife, or no, the best wife, on a cruise ship." And he knew all along he was going to take all of them. But why would he say that to them? It's like he knew it was going to trigger her. So why say that? If you want peace and harmony amongst everybody, you're not going to be like starting crap like that. He doesn't want peace and harmony. People that are demonically possessed cannot have peace and harmony. They can't. I think I already read that one. We up scamming people for dollars, beating on women, humiliating young men, etc. You lost just like him. Yeah. I mean, do you want to put people in the closet and rearrange organs and put people in the hospital and then laugh at it? Liliana says, don't let this person bring negativity into the chat. It's just what he want or she want or wants. Yeah, I agree. Let's see. Joe says, I don't dismiss Christ. I dismiss the way religious depicts him. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Sasha. Hi, chat. For the record, y'all, Nature Boy has spent time in an insane asylum before. Did you all know that? And once he was released, this is when he started up this lifestyle. Yeah. I wonder if part of that was because of what happened to him in the church with the priest. Like, is that what drove him to the insane asylum, you know? Liliana says at Siobhan, I know it's sad, and one day they'll know the truth, one way or the other. Yeah, I mean, we're not going to escape. We're not going to escape standing before God. I mean, just because, like, you can't have 1 foot in, 1 foot out, or 2 foot out, even 2 foot out. It's not going to work. You can still have 2 feet out and say, hey, you know what? I'm going to stay neutral. I don't want nothing to do with it. stay on your side, I'll stay on my side, and you guys can go to heaven. I'm just going to do my thing and not do. No, everybody is going to stand before God, whether you are in or out. And just because you don't believe it doesn't mean it's not going to happen. Travon says that is true. We really don't know much about God. That's why we pray and talk to him to build a relationship. But what I'm saying is he does talk back. He talks in my heart all the time. If you build a relationship with him, it's like one of the best relationships you'll ever have. You can get to know so much about him because he will open your eyes and he'll open your, like, I don't know. Before I knew God, which is, it seems like I've known him forever. Like, but it's like the more you know him, it's the more he opens your eyes and he shows you things. And that's how you get to know him. Hi, DT. How are you doing? Lisa says, my thing is that she's not taking any kind of medication for herpes. So pretty soon the whole entire tribe will have it. I think they've all had that for a long time. MM says, Puerto Rico is definitely not the place to play games in. Nature Boy is in the lion's den and he can't even see it. He better not mess with the women over there because he'll have a target on him. But he is. Have you seen him inside the Walmart stores? He's something else. It's like isn't that like sexual harassment? Lisa says Nature Boy told Malia that she will not lay around there and get sick on him again. So it's just a matter of time before he sends her back to where she came from. I hope she's prepared. I think he really, really wants to send her back so bad it's killing him. I think he wants her to go back. But I think part of him is where he needs to have that control over her. And I hope he lets her go, but I don't think he's gonna let her go. In the bag, maybe, you know. They're cracking down on SBAs. Yeah, that is that's terrible. And Malia turned her back on everything for him. Everything. Her son, everything. And she had the best. Those sisters loved her. It's not my job to judge anyone because no one is perfect. God will judge us all based on our lives, not the lives of others. I can only give my opinion, right? That's all we can do. We can give our opinion and we can just give the facts on what we know to be true. And that's it. We can't, just like with We Up or whatever his name was, we can't force anything on him. We can't, but all we can just do is let him know, hey, because I'm not God. I can't judge anybody. Like, I can't even look at We Up and say, hey, you're a bad person because you don't believe in God. No, because he might be a wonderful person, or she may be a wonderful person. But all I can do is just state the facts and say, hey, but you're going to stand before God. Everybody will. That's a fact. And I think sometimes people think you're judging when you state facts, but you're not. You're not judging. Or at least I'm trying not to. Because we're all sinners. Believe it or not, believe that. We all sin. I'm doing pretty good. Let's see. He wants Malia to leave now because he's already used her and got what he wanted, and it was to try and prove to the people that she didn't. Well, you're right there. Mind trickery at its finest. You're right there. He has proved that. Just like he probably will be done with Nateri now after having her tell the whole world last night that Nature Boy did not give her anything. It was Solar and Zoka. Do you see how he works? You're right. He is neat. He's crafty. I'll tell you. Deadbeat mom. Everyone can give their opinion because that's what she is. But is that an opinion or is that a fact? Or both? I'll tell you what, there's not any perfect mom out there. And I'll tell you what, I'll tell you, I'm anything but perfect. But a mom is somebody that sits there and you cook for your kids, you clean for your kids, you keep them clean, you put a roof over their head, you tuck them in, you take care of them when they're sick, you're there for them when they're sick. You take them to the doctor when they're sick. You cut their nails. You clean their ears out with Q-tips, not your finger, by digging in their ear like they do with Nature Boy. That's a good mom. Now, are we perfect parents? No, none of us are. We all make mistakes. But no, you don't walk out on your kids, because then that's when you're considered a deadbeat mom. And I don't think Malia cares that she's a deadbeat mom, honestly. And that's sad, but it's true. I mean, a mom is somebody that's there, through it all. And we clean up the vomit. We clean up the toys. We're I don't know. And it's so sad, because then you think about that little boy, and he's going to see all this someday. He's going to see someday. He's going to, when he starts asking about his mom, I'm sure that the aunt or the sister who's raising him is gonna be honest with him and say, look, this is, they're gonna show him all the Nature Boy videos and say, this is what happened to her. And that's sad. Or somebody's gonna show him. It's just a matter of time. So I hope that she, before it's too late, that she somehow can make amends. I just don't think that's what she wants to do, though. MM says he's got them all admitting on camera. Yeah. He had Malia crying, drunk, sipping wine, saying how much he taught her and why she loves Baba G. He got Nateri now saying she lied on him. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. He's always going to be 20 steps ahead of anybody. Anytime anybody gets 2 steps ahead to take him down, he's going to be 20 steps ahead of you. He's always going to cover his bases. He's smart. I know a lot of people don't want to see him as somebody that's smart, but he's very intelligent. maybe the nature boy that he was, or Eligio or whatever, maybe just the person isn't that bright, but that demonic spirit that's inside of him, it's an ancient spirit. It's highly intelligent. Malia is brainwashed because she already laid with him. Their flesh became one. A soul tie was created. Soul ties are hard to break. Only God can do it. Yeah, I agree with you on that. Absolutely. Absolutely. Bazooka was with Nature Boy too, so they all must have it. They share with no protection. It's inevitable. Yeah. His only job is to suck your soul. And he worked on the women. Now he's working on the followers. If you guys have noticed that, he's working on the followers now. That's what. If you're not covered with the blood of Jesus Christ, don't be watching him, because he will drain you. Because before I was, if you can show these videos to show people how, the type of people to avoid this nature freak at all cost, then yeah. But now it's getting to the point where now he's brainwashing, and he's getting inside the heads of some of these followers. So you have to be careful. Yeah, because he was possessed too. I think the last two they call them chancellors, didn't they? I think the one, Hitler, and then the one before him, they both were demonic. Lillian, definitely when Zoka got there, he had sex with her first, then passed her to Solar. Yeah. True. You need the protection of the blood. Exactly. I agree, Sasha. He is very intelligent, but he has used his intelligence for evil. Well, yeah, because what's inside of him is extremely evil. Imagine if he was saved, he could use his platform for God. Yeah. Nature Boy, he's got a voice. If he could turn, and repent and fall down on his knees and hands and knees, but what's inside him is going to take more than that, though. He's got to not only repent, he's going to have to fast. He's going to have to pray constantly to get that thing out of him. And it's going to take a while for it to finally just be gone. And because those kind of spirits are not easy to get rid of at all. Liliana says they're actually keeping those generational curses going. Their kids growing up without guidance, just like them. It's a cycle that they're continuing. Yeah. I want to do a video on generational curses and kind of, because I think it would be good to go through and do some more research on that. Yeah, I see that to these followers act like they're under a spell. It's a scary thing to observe. Yeah, they're void. It's like, have you ever looked into the eyes of like a narcissistic person? It's like they're void. There's no soul there. Their eyes can turn black sometimes. It's the same thing when you're under demonic oppression, or somebody like Nature Boy has sucked your soul. And and he will tell you that that's what he wants from you. He wants your soul. He wants to suck your soul. And it seems like he always says things. He never called himself a demon. until I started telling you guys what was inside of him. So now he'll come out and say that he has a demon. It's like he'll finally admit to it. So I think he watches the videos. I think he watches people's videos, and you would, if people were making videos on me like that and exposing that, demon inside of me, I would be falling down on my hands and knees, and you would think that's what he would be doing. Like, that would scare me. Like, if people are seeing a demon in me, I'd be like, okay, it's time to repent. Something is off with those kids, no shade, but the reason they want to build their kingdom is to birth Nephilim, or birth children with spiritual power never seen before. Remember, why does Satan have to pollute God's bloodline and to corrupt man's sin is so deep? It's in genetics. Trevon, exactly. You're right. And I know I've said this before, and I know that you guys are not going to believe this because you guys have been raised in a church where they tell you that Eve ate the apple or the fruit, and that's what happened. But no, I'm telling you, even the elites believe differently. In the Garden of Eden, I'm going to do a whole other video on this bloodlines and the fallen angels and all this, Nephilim. I want to do a video on that because it's hard to explain it without trying to look crazy, because I need to try to back up what I'm saying. You can't just say something like that and not try to back it up. So, but Cain and Abel, Cain came from his where you're getting all this, the seed of Satan is from Cain's side, not Abel. Abel was from Adam and Eve. Cain came from Satan and Eve. But I'll explain that in another video. Well, for me, when it comes to Malia, I'm stating facts and opinions. This is how I feel. Yeah, I get it. All right. Nature Boy even said it himself. He said on video he was going to make, yeah. Exactly. Because even Satan knows who his bloodline is that's here on this earth. I'm telling. I think if I did a video and broke it all down, I mean, would you guys watch it? Because I did one other video, but it was like a shorter video where I kind of explained it a little bit, but I didn't go into full details. But there's a lot that goes into making a video like that. So if you guys would watch it, I'll make it. Okay. Okay, Jerry. I will definitely do it then. It might take a day or two to upload it, but I'll announce it though, like a few hours before I get ready to upload it. All right, guys. I think we've been on here for 2 hours, and I need to try to clean because I can't. I don't have OCD. I'm telling you, I don't. But I can't sleep if I think something's out of order. I gotta make sure I clean up a little bit and stuff before I go to bed. Cool. I was thinking that because I was going to ask if you wanted to come up, Chi Chi. But I'm probably going to go live again tomorrow. So if you want to come up and join me, you can. I'll see if I can get Ashley too. I think that would be good. I would like to have you and Ashley both up there. Side note, stay away from New Age spirituality. It's a device of the devil. Yeah, Trevon, do you understand? Satan is using so much different trickery out there. It's unbelievable. It's crazy. Like, he's using the Muslim faith. He's using all different types of faiths. There's so much stuff out there that he's doing, and it's crazy. And you cannot expose it all. You can't, because there's just so much. Okay. I'll probably tomorrow around 7 p.m. and I'll see if I can get a hold of Ashley. Because I told her I wish she would have been up here last time you were up here live, because I think you would like her. I think you would like Ashley. You and her would get along really good. Yeah, DT town. It is exactly. Exactly. Trevon says, when you seek the Lord with a full heart, he will reveal truths to you. Exactly. If you are reading a Bible and you can't understand it, because for a little while there, even when I was real young, like, I was trying to read the Bible and I would get so upset and I'd cry and I would be like mad, because I'd be like, this is God's word and I don't understand any of it. How, if this is supposed to be his word, why is it that I can't understand? And so my Bible teacher, he would tell me, you got to pray and ask God for understanding, to open your eyes. And that's when, after I prayed and I asked for understanding, it didn't happen automatically, but it happened, and I couldn't believe it. Like, eventually I started just opening the Bible and I started understanding everything. Even the book of Revelations, which is very kind of tricky. But then once you ask God to open your eyes, you understand. It's like you get it. Things that you never thought you would understand. There's things that you have questions and you need answers for. If you ask him, he's not going to reveal things right away, maybe, but in his own time, he will reveal things to you. Trevon says, facts. We just got to keep our minds on God, and he will shake us up real quick to let us know what we are doing wrong, or if he is pleased. It may not be overnight, but he will tell you. We got to listen, because he is calling his elect. Yeah, exactly. And we all mess up. We're all going to mess up and we're all going to fall, but you get right back up and you repent, and you just, with all your heart and all your soul, you just ask for forgiveness. There's so many times that, especially during the course of reporting on Nature Boy, when I've said some things that I shouldn't have said, like, even as much as I can't stand Nature Boy, there's certain things that I shouldn't be calling him names. Is that Christian like? No, it's not. But I do it. And it's wrong. We have to be leery of that, and sometimes I have to stop myself And I got to do better. We all have to try to do better, I guess. And it's like, I don't know. I just don't want to fall into that. I don't want to fall into that same thing of what he's doing and how he is, because then that would make me no better than he is. He could do 100,000 things worse than me. But if I sit and call him a name, then that one name that I call him, because I love to call him nature freak, and that's wrong. But that one thing that I just called him makes everything he did no better than that name I just called him. So, so yeah, something to think about, I guess, something to pray about. I hope I can do better. So that's all we can ask for, is just to try to do better. So I love you guys, and I appreciate you guys, and I don't know. I don't think you guys will ever know how much I appreciate you guys. But I will talk to you guys tomorrow, and I will come on live tomorrow because there's more to discuss, and I think we've only made it halfway through. I mean, there's just so much that's been going on these past week or two, and it's all been crazy, with this nature boy. Trevon says, right, when you fall, get back up, because the devil wants to keep you down and separate you from God. Yeah. And right now he's working overtime, and everything he can do to keep you away from God, he's going to do it. You know what I noticed? Even though he had all those people around him, he still feels alone. He told the girls that they can all leave him and go back home after Aya spent his money. Yeah, it's... Alex says, good night, Sasha. God bless. Sorry for getting mad at you. Know who in comments. Anyone come for my... That's right. That's right. I'm sorry, but we have to watch what we say. But then it's like other people can just attack God. And no, we have to stand up for our Lord and Savior. We have to. So yeah, don't you apologize for that. All right. I love you guys. Good night. Have a wonderful night.